whip through the injury update for us?
Yeah, let's see. Mackay's doubtful. Wolf doubtful. Tufty's good to go. So we'll be playing Friday. So.
You're not kidding with this?
Nope, I'm not kidding. Everything's good. Just those. Oh, and Campion too. I'm sorry. Is out.
Out.
Yeah.
Where are you going to play Tufty?
On a wing.
There's it down to 8.
On a wing. No, he was out of line today with Thomas and Jade Miller. So.
You had mentioned that eventually you'd like to get him on the power play. Do you look to do that this weekend?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm looking at. I'm more. For him, I want him to get out there and get some shifts and play, and we'll see how that's going for him. I know he's going to be excited to play, but and I also look at if we don't, we've got some time next week with the exhibition too to work him into the power play. So, but you might see him there. We'll see. Depends how some other guys do.
Is he still playing with a brace on his wrist, or is he?
I think he's got a little one, so I don't know. I've never asked him. Tape. He's tape.
Kyle Osterberg. What have you seen out of him these first few weeks? It seems like offensively he's really come out of the game hot.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody that we were hoping, like a few other guys that can contribute offensively a little bit more, and Kyle did that his first year. Was kind of put in maybe not the opportunities or necessarily the role. He wasn't playing a lot of power play the last couple of years. He was a big time penalty killer for us. But this year he's got an opportunity and buried his chances, and it's a good start for him. I mean, we need all those guys, and we certainly are capable of putting the puck in the net a few more times, and his start has been good.
What was it besides just maybe not being in the right role last year that kind of led to Osterberg not having the season offensively that maybe he was like? I know it seemed like he was kind of battling nagging injuries on last year.
I don't know. Sometimes you got to ask the players. I mean, put them on the ice to give them opportunities to play. 5-on-5, it's hard to score. Aussie's got good hands. We've been trying to get him to use a long stick for the last 3 years to help him with a shot. I think he's increased it by 1/4 of an inch. So obviously that went over real well.
And he grew an inch?
So, I don't know. I think he's a little bit more of a playmaker. I think you saw even the 2 or 3 plays he made on Saturday night in the game. 2 to Joey and the last play to Adam. So he's got that ability. He's made some plays in the power play too. He's a little bit more of a passer and a playmaker than a shooter and a scorer. But I like the fact that he scored a tip goal around the net this year, and he's not afraid to go into those areas. So hopefully just getting those goals, like any player, it helps your confidence level that you can score again, and sometimes guys go through droughts, but
he's always been a pretty spectacular player, but it hasn't been as consistent as this year.
Yeah, he's
maturity maybe?
I don't know. You know what? I mean, he plays with energy. He has to play that way. He's one of those guys, when he's on his game, you don't like to play against. He's kind of like a little gnat. He's always whacking you. He's around you. He's not afraid to run through you, sometimes. And, when he doesn't play that way, it's like, he's not as effective. And this year he's had a good start. He's, when you put guys in different positions that maybe they haven't been in, and you see how they respond, Ossie's responded in a real positive way, and that's what we look for as coaches.
Osterberg, he's had a good start on the stat sheet, but his contributions can't always be measured there, right? I mean, he seems to be one of your more versatile guys. That he can be a playmaker, but like you mentioned last year, I thought he was a key piece on the penalty kill.
Yeah, he's been that. I think he's showed that his freshman year, and I think his last 2 years. He's been, one of our top penalty killers, and that hasn't changed. And this year he's getting a little more opportunity on the power play, and so good for him. He's a senior. He's proven to us what he can do, so he's going to get an opportunity.
thoughts on Peon this weekend?
Good. He was good. You know, I mean, it's. I think you see his confidence is high. I mean, he's got tremendous poise with the puck. He's a smart player. I think, you know, it's just a carryover from last year. I think. I don't think he really looked like a freshman last year. I thought he came in and played like more of a veteran guy, and I think this year, you know, that experience he got last year has helped him. Going into the year a lot more confident, especially playing the offside. You know, he's a right-handed defenseman. He's playing the left side with Kotick. You know, we threw him right into that last year with Andy. And then as the season went on, we reversed that and put Andy there and Neil there. But it's a good experience for those guys to play, you know, on their offside. And I think he was an easy start for us to just put him there because he's done it before and he wasn't uncomfortable, and more importantly, it's his second year. But I think he's had a great start, obviously. Not just the points. I mean, I think he can control the game back there. You know, holding on to pucks, making plays. Sometimes I still got to get him to move it a little bit quicker. He's got in some spots, but he's got tremendous poise and a real good hockey IQ.
You don't have to yell shoot to him either.
No. He's just been good. Like, you know, you just like the way he plays. He's been consistent. I think, you know, there's not too many ups and downs in his game, and you know, plays the game very confidently and can play the physical game too. But he's done a great job for us.
Sometimes guys play really well and they're reluctant to shoot. He's ready to rip it all the time, and he does a good job of that.
Well, you know, I mean, certainly on the power play. I mean, that's when we start getting away from that, we're not going to score. And I think, you know, we need him as one of the power play guys when they get the puck to be ready.
Looking back at the tape from Lowell, the rules emphasis and how officials are calling the game, anything stand out to you, either how your guys handled it or how things are being called?
Well, you know, I think number one, we knew it going into the year. We knew it, especially it's going to be different from league to league. I looked at all 19 penalties on Friday night, and truthfully, I thought if there were 9 or 10 at the most out of that game, but that you might say that about certain other games too. But I thought, you know, Saturday we got two new officials, which is always different because again, in our league we keep the same guys, and you never know from night to night when you're playing out there if guys are going to be better or worse or the same or whatever. So I think the early penalty on Jade kind of maybe put everybody like, here we go again. And I think after that, I thought they did a much better job, let the kids play a little bit, and I think the hockey game itself was a lot better for it. But there's going to be some growing pains, Matt. I mean, I don't know where it's going to end up, but you know, I mean, that's, you know, everything I've heard, you know, nobody likes it, but again, if you're going to make changes, you're going to go through some of that stuff. So hopefully we can find a happy medium.
Ever since you played, the East has felt different than the West. The same this year, do you think?
The officiating?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, based on that, I think, you know, we've only had 2 games this year with our officiating, so.
But I mean, could that be some of it?
I don't know.
We'll see this weekend, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think our league, you know, we'll do a good job. I think the first week is a pretty good indication of how it's going to go. You know, I mean, to me, as long as they call the points of emphasis, you know, I mean, you can't take the physical contact out of the game. I mean, to me, it was about hooking, up on the hands, holding along the boards. I didn't see a lot of that. I saw a lot of other penalties. Bruce, I don't know how many was it, 1 or 2? 1 hooking penalty?
2 or 3.
2? So, I mean, I guess everyone's interpretation is a little bit different, but that to me is what I thought was going to be called, and some of the stuff I don't know, but time will tell.
Results were good. How did you feel about the first official games that Nick got in for you?
Great. You know what? He went in a hard but easy spot. You know, we're down 4-1. He probably didn't, you know. And when you throw a guy in, he doesn't have time to think and get nervous. I did apologize to him after for throwing him in during the power play, but I felt, why not? He did a great job. He was the reason we got the game tied. He allowed it to stay 4-4. He made some good saves. I think he only had 13 saves, but he made some dandies. And then Saturday, I thought, I wasn't sure what to expect, but he went in, gave up an early power play goal, and settled right in and played another really solid game for us. So actually, both goalies were really good Saturday, but real happy with the way he performed.
I feel like you have two now, pretty equal.
Yeah, we got a third that probably is right there. We need 3 games on the weekend. We need a Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get them all in a game. But no, it's again, I told you guys before, it's a great situation. It's competitive. We got 3 goalies that, you know what? I like the fact that guys, when they've gotten their opportunity, like Miska went in the first night, got a shutout, and he won his second night. He battled through some things. Third night, maybe it wasn't his night, but Nick Deary goes in there. He takes advantage of opportunities, and that's what players have to do, And sometimes they might only get one, in those situations. But I think both of them have, taken advantage of some opportunities, and I'm sure if Shep went in there, he'd probably do the same thing. So it's a good situation right now.
You know about Notre Dame? Got a pretty good rivalry with them ever since the tournament semifinal and all that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the expectations are high there. They feel that they're a little bit older, a little bit deeper, a little bit better team. Obviously, their starts in goal. Peterson's a great goaltender, so we got to solve him. Their D-core is good. They didn't have too many losses from there and their forward group. They've got a couple of real talented freshmen joining their team, and again, I think they've got really good balance. They can skate. They got some size. They make it difficult through the neutral zone. So we've got to make sure we take care of the puck a lot better than we did, I thought, last weekend at times. Gave the puck up, turned it over a lot. So we just got to play a smarter, cleaner game, and two real good games. They like playing us, we like playing them, so I think it has turned into a good rivalry. You guys just have to look at their gold helmets a lot.
So the homecoming weekend's pretty big. Does it mean something to you guys when you come down here to play rather than up there in the scene of the homecoming?
No, it's great that we're able to do it on the homecoming weekend. I mean, the last couple of years, I think it's worked out that way. Usually hockey's not a factor on the homecoming. It's either earlier or we're out of town or whatever. So it's been kind of nice that it's worked out the last couple of years, and hopefully we get a good crowd, and students are excited about the whole weekend. But and it's nice that we have a quality team coming in. So to me, it's another weekend, John. Got to go play and got to go try and win 2 hockey games.